Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the part 2 video tutorial series whereby we are implementing our TicTacToe game using Armory3d game engine. My name is Bindeni. First of all, I'd like to thank all those who managed to go and check out my YouTube channel. Please try this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. To those who haven't, there is a link right in the description below. Just go and left click it and go and check out my content and show it some love by subscribing, liking and sharing it. On the previous video, we managed to leave it off here. We had created the grid system for our TicTacToe game and the cells which will contain the noughts and the crosses. On this video, what we are going to do is to add manual mouse sensitivity. This is because the TicTacToe game is played using the mouse, and in most of these games implementation, most developers will likely use the canvas UI and make use of the buttons here. They add buttons which the player can just click and then it adds the knot or the cross. But the method we are using on this tutorial series is fun and unique, but also it has a disadvantage that we have to add manual mouse sensitivity to our meshes here so that they are clickable. And to do that, we are going to use the RayCaster class of the Armory3d game engine. Raycasting, we are starting from a certain point like the X and Y coordinate, and we are casting a ray to see which object gets hit. So on this video, what we just want to do is to return that name of that object. If we click on A, it returns A. If we click on B, it says you have clicked object B. That's what we just want to do in this video. So let's do this. Scripting has come. I'm assuming you've already set up your favorite Kode editor. I'm using Kode Studio, but of course, Armory supports many. You can use Sublime Text Editor. You can also use the Visual Studio Code. I hope you have set it up if you are following this tutorial. So let's do this. I'm going to select the camera. This is the one I'm going to attach my script on. You can make an empty object or anything. It doesn't matter, of course. I chose the camera because I feel it's the neutral player in this scene. So let's go on object and then let's click this plus sign to add a new hex trait. Okay, it's a new script and let's call it game controller, because more or so it acts as the controller of the whole game. And let's edit it. That will launch, of course, my game controller. Let me close all these pop-ups. And then here is our game controller hex script. So let's get our hands dirty with some code. Okay, let's close you. Right, first of all, we need to import some classes because we are talking about input here. So we need the input class of the Armory game engine. So import ion.system.input. As I said, we're using the RayCaster class, so let's import it. Import ion.math.raycaster, like so. We also need the object class, so ion.object.capital letter object. We also need the camera object, so import ion.object.camera object, which will be used by our RayCaster class. Now we need to make some declarations. We need to declare some variables. The first variable is that object which has been hit by the RayCaster. We are going to call it O, so short for object. So let's go and say var O. What is its type? It is of type ion.object.object. In other words, it's an object. Here it will be now. Right, we also need the mouse input. So let's go and say var mouse is equal to input class dot get mouse. So that we get this mouse. Also, we also need the array which the RayCaster is going to search objects from. So let's go and say var objects, and it's of type array, like so, which will contain what? Objects, capital letter. So it's an array of objects. Currently it will be now, but we will set it up later. Now we need to declare all these objects we are seeing in this scene. We need them to be known by our script. To do that, we will come here and we will say var a, which is for the object A. Here is its name, A here, capital letter, this one. So in the script, we'll call it small letter a is equal to ion. We need the active scene. So ion.scene.active dot get child to get that object in the scene. Which object? The one with capital letter A. So it is going to get this object here with capital letter A. So we'll do the same for B, C until we finish to I, because there are 9 cells in our scene. I'm just going to be controlling V, which is pasting. So I'll post for the rest of them, and then we just change the parameters. I hope it's not too much. We'll see B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. So it's too much. This one, we don't need it because we only need 9 objects. So we just go, it's B. That's why we renamed these objects initially, so that it will be easy. So we're just going to go F, G, H, and I, like so. So we have declared our objects on our script. Now what we need to do is we now need this array. We need to set it up with these objects. These are the ones that the RayCaster is going to search for hits. So to do that, what we need to do is to go on the notify on init here. I want to comment it of the public function new. And then we are going to say objects, that's its name, is it? Yes. Is equal to, now we initialize it to these objects A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. So we initialize it. Now it's time to add manual mouse sensitivity. If we only retain the name of the object, done. Our mission is complete. So function, click who, like so. And then we add the braces. So this function, first of all, it will sense if the user is left-clicked. So let's do that. If, remember we have this mouse here, we got our mouse. So if mouse dot release, when they release the left button of the mouse, which key? The left one. Okay, we need to add some quotes like so. What should you do now? If the user just released the left button of the mouse, we should get the object which has been hit by the RayCaster. So let's go O. Remember O, we declared him, he was now here. It's time to set him up. O is equal to RayCaster dot. We are going to use a method called closest box intersect object, which will retain the object if our RayCaster hits any object which is closer. So that's the one we are going to use. So let's go ahead and implement it. Closest box intersect object. So it will retain an object. And then now it accepts 4 arguments. The first one is the array of objects it is searching from. We have declared it here, objects. So we just go and we say objects like so. Then it needs the X input where our array is starting from. In our case, it's simple. It's starting from the position of the cursor of the mouse. The X coordinate is the one we add. And we call it by mouse.x like so. And then the next one is the Y coordinate of the cursor, which is our input coordinate. So let's go mouse.y. And then finally is the camera object, which we'll call by ion.scene.active.camera, like so. And then when we have added this, we terminate. Now we check if it is now or not. So if it is not now, we add an exclamation and an equal sign. If this is not equal to now, like so. What should happen? We need to print out the name of the clicked object. So trace all the object and we call its name by dot name, like so. So trace all dot name like this. So I hope this code works. We now need to call this function somewhere in the public function new. So we need the right location to call it. We want it to be looping, like it listens to our input. So let's go on the notify on update here, which is the looping function, and click who like so. We call it here. Let's save and let's go on our Blender. Let's go on our render, clean, and play. So there is our TicTacToe grid. Let's click A. Remember, this is A. If I left click, does it write A? Yes, there is our A here. Let me just minimize. There's a lot of other things we don't want. So there is our A here. Let's left click B. And let's see. It must write B. Okay, lovely. How about I? Does it write I? Yes. So our mission is complete. We've manually added mouse sensitivity. What if we click a now, like there's no object at all? Let's click this empty space and it doesn't do anything, which is lovely. It doesn't write anything. If we click D, D is here. Let's click D. Yes, D is there. So thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. We have completed our mission. Now these meshes act like sort of like buttons. So we have completed our mission. Thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. And also go and check out the Please Try This channel. Show it some love. Subscribe, like, and share also. Thank you very much. Bindeni out.